no idea. But that's what they say to me every week when I walk in church. And I don't even wear a hat normally. I know. And I refuse to go home. In fact, I'd be quite offended if I didn't know they was all start raving mad.
I quite agree, but not all of them, you know, no. There are some that are quite normal compared to others. Take that Dorothy Biddle, for instance. Do you remember at Kevin Lee, when she was performing that bizarre ritual during the worship workshop?
You mean one where she gets down on her knees when men are starting to sing?
That's right.
And she goes on all fours and she crawls in between her legs.
That's right.
And then she says, I'm looking for a child.
I know. That's what she said. Nothing bonkers about that, is there?
Oh, quite normal, that.
Talking about Kath and Lee. What about that couple over there what got married? Rob and Sarah. Do you know that she'd only just met him a few minutes before when we were having lunch in the chalet? I mean, I thought me and Michael were quick, but that really takes a biscuit.
A bit bonkers, that, isn't it, really? I mean, how about that Lynn Darnett? We could go on and on, couldn't we?
Oh, we could. We haven't got long enough.
No. So, maybe some of you don't know this, but that Lynn Darnett, right? She was trying to be up there with the Bants one day, and she met this famous rapper called Dutchy Strider.
I've told her to get her glasses changed more than once. It's just no good when you're looking at complete strangers and thinking they're famous rap stars, is it? I mean, they're embarrassing for the rest of Darnets.
Yeah, but they're used to it, aren't they? I mean, they're all pretty embarrassing, to be honest with you. Take that, Ellen. Oh, that Ellen. Have you ever seen her not cry?
Come to think of it now, I haven't. No. I thought maybe she just had a tear duct problem. Something like that, you know. What about that Dave Darnett? Sits on the sound desk as though he owns the joint. But I was watching him t'other day and he's actually playing FIFA on his Xbox. He just twiddles the knobs and hopes for best. Oh, but he doesn't have to get excited when he gets it right.
Bless him. He's only about 15 anyway. And his lovely little wife.
Oh, she's gorgeous, isn't she?
I've fallen over her so many times. I just didn't see her and I was looking straight ahead.
But she's not like that Darren Darnett, is she? Can't miss him, no, can't miss him. Did you see him and his lovely wife playing with little tots at Kevin Lee? So lovely they were, and they got on so well.
Same mental age, love.
I reckon that's probably it. But talking about mental age, what about that couple who've not long moved over here? You know, the Strawfords. I think that's their name. The bloke talks like Gordon Bloom.
Right. You know, rumour has it, him and his wife have got alpacas.
It sounds very painful, actually. It's either that or they hang them on the walls. That's what you do with packs, isn't it? Alpacas.
No, alpacas. They're these bizarre-looking animals that live in places like Peru in Africa.
Oh, right.
I mean, has no one told them they've moved to Wales? Exactly what mental capacity do they really have?
I've no idea.
I think we ought to tell them we do sheep here.
But he's Scottish and that explains a lot, doesn't it, really? One sandwich, just the little one sandwich short of a picnic, yes, And talking of mental age, what do you think of the vicar's sermons this year?
Well, I think he keeps putting his foot in it. Right good style. And he's dug himself a hole so big with his wife that not even Big Keith could climb out of it.
Maybe we should sing a song of the Lord over him. We're getting right good at that, aren't we?
Oh,
eh?
yes. There was I.
A dig in this hole, a hole in the ground, so big and so around it was, and there was you laughing at me, 'cause the hole's so big that I couldn't
can see. Right, spot on that was.
It was great. Thank you, Lord. It's very good, isn't it? It gives you a song just in the moment. But what I meant was, have you understood any of his sermons this year? That's what I meant.
Not a one.
Me either. Oh, no. But I tell you who I did understand a bit. That guy what talks real funny from that dodgy community church, you know, in Chester.
Oh, yeah. That one from South America.
That's right.
That likes Tesco, he does.
Loves Tesco. Yeah, goes there a lot. That's him. Did you know he thinks he's got a growing inside him? That's what he said. A plant. A plant. You know, a plant. Yeah, he said, and I'll try and get this right. He said, you can take the man out of the bush, but you can't take the bush out of the man. Not sure what he meant by that.
His church must know.
I guess they would.
Do you know what? Just thinking about it, I reckon it's all about the burning bush.
The burning bush.
Maybe he thinks he's Moses.
Oh, that would fit right well in here if he did. Oh, just imagine our own real life Moses. What great.
Imagine meeting him on the street. What's your name? Moses. Where do you live? Chester. Have to grow a beard and stop wearing his trainers though, won't he?
Aye. But you know what? I don't think Moses had gorgeous daughters like he's got, did he?
You're right, no.
No.
Moses had 2 boys, I think. A bit like that Rob and Anna.
Aye, that's right. Yep. Bet Moses didn't go around in a car called Meg though.
But at least Rob and Anna's children are still at home.
They are,
Think
yeah.
about that Karen and Tim. I mean, what must have they done to the children to get rid of them so quick?
Oh, dodgy. Who knows what goes on behind doors in head teachers and lecturers' houses? It's not a place. It's not a place I want to be.
Hey, wasn't it shocking this year when that lovely couple, what comes from Camelot, had that accident?
Oh, I know. You mean the King Arthurs? Yeah. Richie and Margaret.
Bad that were.
It were.
I'm so glad he's back operating the computer again though. Had a dodgy few weeks of song words when they were away.
Aye.
Doris, Tom, Dave Strawford, Hannah. Bless them. They did the best.
Oh, they did the best. Yeah, they did the best. Yeah. Yeah. What about the Father's House football group?
Oh, yeah, that's exciting, that is.
That's great. That was a turnout for the books this year, wasn't
It
it?
was, I mean, Big Keith, I mean, have you ever seen anyone with so many football kits? No. And the best thing is, he thinks there's actually a player called John 3:16.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and then there's Israel.
Oh, we hear a lot about Israel, don't we? What's its Prime Minister called?
Benji Nachu.
That's it.
Yeah. No, not Israel. Israel, the bloke, you know, the bloke with beard over there. Well, he were.
Israel's a place, look. Honestly, you do get confused these days. The one with beard over there is called Barasha.
Oh, bless you. Get the call, you think? Oh, bless
I mean, that's what he introduces himself as every time you see him.
Do you know, I just didn't know
How
that.
does?
Yeah, well, what about that Lorraine? What she doesn't know about football, I couldn't begin to guess.
Do you know what? I think that Ed could do with chatting with Lorraine. Because his team isn't doing right well this season.
Oh, who's his team then?
Don't know. I don't think they're very well known.
No.
But it's that place where all those multitudes of people at church keep appearing from. Like that Smiley Maureen and Diana who's always getting fights. Honestly, the amount of black eyes and crutches and things wrong with them for being punched too much, it's a disgrace really.
Shocking.
Anyway, it's where all those people what speak funny come from.
What? Like this?
Ah, that's it.
Yeah, you know.
It begins with some organ of the body. Ends in pool. Brainy pool. Oh no, definitely not brainy pool.
Is it bladder pool? They're always in the queue for the toilets, I know that. They're like, just when I want to go, they're there. Hey, I I know what, maybe we should ask Wilf.
Good idea.
He'll know, because you know he's right brainy.
Oh, no, I've got it. It's Hartlepool.
Hartlepool. Well, I always thought that were in France somewhere, but who knows, eh? What do you reckon to worship at Father's house these days?
Yeah, it's okay. It was better in the days when they had a bit more grace with the violin player and stopped shouting at her all the time. But they all get worn down eventually, and she's left now.
Aye, it's a good job Jude's here to take her place. But have you noticed how the fear's kicked in with her already? I mean, she keeps making excuses about being in hospital.
Poor girl. I reckon it's that Matt what frightens them all away. Scary bloke he is.
Oh, aye.
I feel sorry for his wife.
Oh, sure. Tell you what though, that little Rebecca. That little Rebecca. Well, no, not the little one.
Oh, no.
She's a darling, you see. Same size as her dad, that young Rebecca. I mean, no, she's come on, hasn't she? She's come
Oh,
on.
yeah, that's wonderful. She has.
Yeah.
I heard her singing the dressing the other day. You know, the one about the Lord dressing you and keeping your clothes all neat and tidy.
Aye. Oh.
Lovely it was, just
lovely.
lovely.
Yeah, I know, but I liked it so much, I had to join in. And what about them boys on drums?
Aye.
Big tall one, Spam.
Spam.
He's good. Can't imagine who would have named him that.
I can.
And then there's two Johnnies.
Two Johnnies.
Yeah, two Johnnies, real comedians they are.
Aye. Yeah, and Lady Jane.
Lady Jane.
Who drums like this?
Yeah.
She drums, bless her, even though she's got a neck problem.
Yeah, she does. She does, she's
And
amazing.
singers like that, Gwen. She ain't bad either.
She's not bad, not bad. They're not singers, so get it right, they're singists.
Oh.
Yeah. You should know by now that we're not supposed to use normal words in Father's house. Everything has a different name.
You're right there. I mean, did you know that Candy's real name is Anita?
No! I don't suppose many people do. You're lying as well.
Do you know what? I think that Anita, she's actually an undercover agent. But don't tell anyone.
Oh no, mum's the word.
What, Elaine?
Candice, no what? What were you on about? We're talking about how Father's house changes all words and names of things, aren't we? I mean, even the older folk have to go through it. You know, that right little lady who does details.
Oh yeah, the one who talks a lot.
Right, that's it. Marion, I think her name is.
Oh yeah.
But she had a word from the Lord that she should be a teenager again, and now she calls herself Maz.
And what's more, she's so cool. I mean, Maz, but now she's changed her surname from Bantic to Bants. Maz Bants.
Maz. If I knew what that meant, I'd find it funny. Nobody can say our church isn't relevant in today's society with names like that, eh? I reckon that Carol Feely should become Kaz Fields. What do you think?
Oh, good idea. Good
Oh,
idea.
yes.
Good one. And that Ellie.
Oh.
Have you seen her? And Maria and Yvonne and Gail and Jane and Marcus and Veronica, when they get up and do the grooving, what they do back to the church. Right up there with the hip and trendies they are.
You know, just a little bit of info here.
Yeah.
They call that messy manic dancing.
Oh.
Never looks particularly manic, nor messy for that matter, but that's just our church and different words again for you, isn't it?
Yeah, dancing's really taken off at Father's house, hasn't it? I mean, did you see that Carol what wears a bib from Cheshire? Twirling around at Kevin Lee. Must have been so dizzy, I swear, her feet didn't touch the floor from one end of the room to the other.
Aye, and did you see all children started copying her? Aye. Like the Pied Piper she were, and then that Val and Marie Strawford, her again, and Gurnis Hipster, got her. Oh, do you know what? It were amazing, it were amazing. They could get a job waving in racing car driving.
Ian, weren't you glad that Kathy the Walker was at Kevin Lee this year?
Oh, I were.
I think next time though, she should bring Phil and his tents.
Oh, very intense they are.
Oh, never mind. to love them all, though, don't you?
Oh.
Right quirky bunch, but such good fun. Take that, Olive. I only have to look at her and she bursts out laughing. I mean, is it something about me?
Well, it could be, love. It could be. You do, actually, now you come to this, you do look a bit odd. But actually, I think it's just, Olive's got a right cheerful and happy face all the time. I mean, let's face it, we all are, because we have no idea what Vicar's on about.
That's true.
So we can just think happy thoughts, eat shabby hat, can't we?
Speaking of shabby hats, reckon that Justin understood what they were saying to him at the door, because did you see his brand new spanking hat?
State of the art it is.
Aye.
Where is it? State of the art, mate. State of the art hat. I can't afford one of those myself.
No.
I have to make do with this old thing. And that Karen Tyson, she doesn't need an hat, does she?
Must spend all night getting every one of those curls perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know we have quite a few hairdos, don't we, in Father's house?
We
Take
do.
that Doris. She's another one what's undercover. Because she never used to be a dumb blonde. Not like Jackie, I think she's always been one.
It was. Tit for tat, eh?
Aye.
And what about Babs the Bob?
I'll pass the bottle.
Who is Babs the Bob?
Barbara.
Oh, she's not here tonight. Not a hair out of place, have you noticed? Not a hair out of place. And then we got Ada.
Aye. Hair changes colour with the mood. Watch out if she's wearing the fiery red version.
Yes. What about Dave Maycock, Jean's husband?
Oh, yeah.
He's not been with us long, but he's
Bless
really
him.
struggling to raise the money to have his hair cut.
I know. Or maybe he's really a rock star, and we just don't know it.
Could be. Hey, I think I'll get his autograph just in case.
Good idea, love. You know, we have one extreme to other in Father's house, don't we? I mean, take Laws, for instance. Somebody's nicked all his hair.
Maybe he just gets too hot boogieing around in worship like he does.
You know what you said before, those shows, about us just being able to think happy thoughts in a sermon? I mean, you're quite right. It's when I get most of my week's organising done and my shopping lists. You see, I heard Margaret telling Emma in discipleship course that as long as she has a Bible open at Leviticus 23 and nods every now and again, she can do what she likes during work. Because Vicar will be completely taken in. So I do it every time. Work's a treat.
Have you seen that couple recently? Carol and Alistair?
Oh, yes.
Well, I say couple, but one minute they're on, one minute then they're off. They're like teenage lovebirds, they are. Have you seen it with their hands all night? They've just not let go of each other.
But have you noticed lately that they've got great big rings on their faces?
It's hard to miss.
I mean, either they're completely dazed listening to the sermon, or something's really good with their relationship.
Carol's pregnant.
That was a bit unexpected. I think I prefer to think it's days. But it might be easier on the old cheek muscles if we all just did what Christopher Brownlove does. Chrissy P, as we call him. Comes, worships, sits at the back, puts his dark glasses on, sleeps for an hour, and then has his tea. Think I might try that. It certainly relieved the boredom and gave me a new lease of life for the chatter afterwards.
Good idea. I mean, that's what we all come for anyway, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I can't imagine how people like Ada and June and Judith have stuck it for 15 years, can you? I mean, they deserve an award for longevity, don't they?
Right, bless them. They just sit eating sweets though and give it chew, chew, chew. And give the vicar a nice smile when he says something they actually understand. Yeah. And you know our June, she only goes because it's shop.
Oh, right.
She can't be bothered with a job in the real shop now, so she decided to put one up in the church instead.
Oh, see.
Yeah, that way she can just do a few part-time hours without government being on her case.
Good idea. I always fancied being a hairdresser, me. Might open a salon in that room.
Great.
Can you imagine the vicar's face when I drop hair all over the floor?
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. But with the amount of stuff that goes on in Father's house, it's a good job we got our own very special security guard, isn't it?
Aye, that Mark. Right, lovely he is, but you wouldn't mess. Even Vic is scared of him. Tell you what though, there's that little group of people who you think wouldn't say boo to a goose.
Boo to a goose.
But I know different.
Who's that then?
Quite a few of them there are. Sue, what does little tribes? Julie, the Scouse.
The Scouse.
Sally from Chester.
Chester.
Yvonne with red hair.
Red hair.
Linda B.
Linda.
Diana M.
Yeah.
Sit there all quiet, but don't be taken in. They're hard as nails.
Hard as nails. I suspected all along.
They just don't want to be picked on to get a job.
Because everyone gets given a job. Eventually. Take that Lizzie M. She's got the job of being the earliest to arrive at the meetings. T'other day she turned up for Bible study a whole hour and a half early. Takes her job very seriously.
And that Pete. He's got a job for providing the whole church with pears. I've never seen so many in my life. Have you?
No. And him and his Mrs. Glenn, they've also got the responsibility of bringing the cuddly toy to church every week for the children. And for those who need comforting.
It's not a cuddly toy, Shells, it's a dog.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. You know, t'other Glennis, she's got a job of making sure Jeffy P behaves. It's a big job. And manages to get his quota of pretty marvellous into each service.
And that Julie Cooper, Ed's wife.
Oh, yeah.
She has a job of making sure the vicar knows what he's on about. Because she's the only one who understands him.
Heads love, it's Walker. Chilly
Walker.
Chilly Walker.
Hi, and Les and Margaret, bless them. They have so many jobs.
So many.
Talking to people about their shabby hats, preparing communion, and looking after that building fund on wall where they sit.
Oh, what's that for then?
I'm not sure, but I think it might be a savings club for their next move, their next house move. They like to do it every 2 or 3 years.
Oh, yes. And what about them staples? You know, Claire, Jordan, Liam and Joshua. What are their jobs?
They keep everything together, don't they? It's in the name, dummy. It's like being called the sellotapes or the glues. Mind you, when they get a new name, who knows what they'll do?
Oh, talking of families, I see them are fjord.
Oh.
They're here again.
Aye.
From South Wales, they are. Have you noticed they only ever turn up when there's a party on?
Well, I reckon we've got Father's house to rights again for another year, don't you?
Yes, but do you know, I got that completely wrong.
You did.
But say, did you hear it when that wild man spoke and gave his testimony a few months ago?
Wild man.
Wow.
Most of men at Father's house are wild.
I know.
Take that Gordon and that Reg. Wild as they come. Which one are you talking about?
Ray. I think his name's Ray Wildman.
Ray Wild. I'd rather call him Ray Sunshine.
Oh.
Fits much better with him,
I think
doesn't
you're
it?
right. Let's do that.
All right,
Ray Sunshine. And his wife, she needs a new name, definitely needs a new name. Somebody needs to tell her that Sammy is a boy's name.
I think we should call her Susie Sunshine.
Susie Sunshine.
That's quite lovely, that.
So that's my line as well. Well, I reckon jobs are good now. Enjoy the rest of your table, Tackles.
I will.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shirley. You too. Till next year.
Ta-ra.